Hi, I am Zoka, your AI coach. Are you ready to challenge yourself and build the future with AI? In just 10 days, you can learn, create, and launch a real AI-powered application. Join the EduHackAI hackathon and ignite your imagination with the most powerful Microsoft tools. Early registration is now open, and you can unlock up to 50% discount. Compete, network, and innovate in a futuristic setting designed for creators like you. Your journey comes with exclusive access to Microsoft 365 for an entire year. Don't miss the adrenaline of innovation. Register now and be part of the future. Organized by Sahaba Club, we don't teach tech, we coach it. For registration and more details, visit hackathon.sahabaclub.com. Are you ready to build the future with AI? EduHackAI is your 10-day challenge to create real AI-powered apps using Microsoft technologies, no matter your level. You'll get expert coaching, tools like Microsoft 365, and access to our vibrant tech community. Need help? You can chat with our website bot, powered by OpenAI, or reach us on WhatsApp via a totally different system. 2 bots, 2 technologies, 1 seamless experience. Join EduHackAI today and bring your ideas to life.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. مساء الخير عليكم جميعا وكل سنة وانتم طيبين. بمناسبة ال10 أيام ذو الحجة والعيد الكبير إن شاء الله. Our session tonight in English, so I would like to thank you all for joining us today. And as you see in the introduction, we are so excited these days for our current running new experiment, which EduHackAI, one of the really successful ways of learning and transferring knowledge to everybody. So I would like to thank you all for joining me today for this live session. This session, it will be tips and tricks, and it will be hand-on experience and quick to discover how you can play around with X and Y, height and width of Power Apps, which you can make magic out of your application. What I will do today, and I will show you, it can be applied in any kind of development language to make sure that you are putting the right dynamic criteria of your application views to help you to be more dynamically. So first of all, let's see some use cases of what currently we are doing. Let me share my screen. Please leave a comment if voice is okay, camera is okay. Hello, hi Sujish. Thank you for joining. Thank you. One of the very active team members in the hackathon. So voice is okay and camera is okay. Please leave a comment. I can see the comment through LinkedIn or YouTube channel or Facebook. I can see the comments here. All okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and start presenting the concept which we need to talk about it today. Now I'm sharing my screen and I will show you some use cases of applications which had been built using Power Apps and using the dynamic figures of making an application. I think there's something wrong with my laptop. It's very slow. Just a second. Okay. Just 1 second. I will check the slowness of the laptop and get back to fix it. Okay, I think the dynamic background which making all of this slowness. So if we change it like this, I think performance will be better. Okay, so let's go back to what we are presenting today about how to make dynamic X and Y for your application, even if it's low code application using Power Apps, or even using any other tool of low code, or even using high code. It is a concept of how to design it. As we see here, we can see choose hero is written center of the screen exactly. It's not even 1 millimeter right or left. So we have here example of centralizing the component of the screen in the middle of the screen. And we can see another example of sorting some information in one screen. We can see all of these items are starting in the same line: the title, the hero name, the public story, the created on, created by. It's all starting in the same, and it's all have the same spaces. So if you look to it, you feel comfortable that the design is matched. There's no unmatching or some written label or something out of the harmony of the page. Okay, so how we can do that? We can see another example here in EduHack application. We can see the spaces between all icons are fixed. We can see the spaces between the 5 coaches are fixed. This item in the middle of the screen, this space, and all of that are dynamic. It's not static figures at all. So when we go to any screen, we can see everything is sorted by dynamic way. Even we go to the scoring screen, our current score, let's check the score. I know many people of the attendees right now is a competitive team. Wow, 2,700 points for exam AI, 2,650 platform pioneers, they're running after you. So we can see everything is sorted here in specific way, which can help you make your application more dynamic. So let's go and do by our hands. Let's close these apps and let's start new application from scratch with black Canva. In Power Apps, you can make responsive app or tablet app or phone size app. We are going for the tablet just for the experiment and showing what concept we need to do for centralizing the X and Y height and width in dynamic way. Let's see if we have other comments. Okay, I think video quality is not the best, but yeah, I hope it will be better because of the internet speed. Okay. So here we have a new screen in whatever development technology we are using Power Apps. So we have a screen in Power Apps in front of us. We want to put in this screen, we will insert text label. Okay, here is the label, and we want to play with this label position dynamically. First, I want to put this label in the middle of the screen. So I will try to figure out here in the middle. I think it's the X645. Okay, let's put this in the middle, the text, so I can feel it more the middle, but I don't need to do all of that. Let's do it by simple function. This X, our core focus today will be on this X, Y, width, and heights. So if you go to this X and you want to put a function to make this label in the middle of the screen. First, I will put parent. Parents means whatever parent of this label, whatever the container coming from. Yani this label is coming from screen 1. So screen 1 is a parent. Parent dot width I will see this label jump out of the screen, okay? But I need it in the middle, so I will put parent.width divided by 2. Okay, it come almost in the middle, but I need it accurate in the middle, so I need to remove half of my self width to be the central point in the central of the parent screen. So I will remove from it self, my label self dot width. Now it is a little bit on the left, but if we put divided by 2, now it's exactly in the center of the screen. Now we can see the number is 608. So 608 is the right exact number of the screen. This function right now is totally dynamic function. We don't need to change it. We can use it for any label without any change in naming, because self will refer to the label itself or the image or anything. So this function is very dynamic function. I can use it for anything to centralize the item which I'm doing in the middle. If I want to do the same for y regarding heights, so what I have to say parent dot height divided by 2 minus self dot height divided by 2. Now it is in the center of the screen exactly. If I change my width of this label, I will increase the width, I will make it 300. You'll find it's not moving from its place. It's still centralized. I will make this 80. It is the same place in the center of the screen. It will not move because it's dynamic. So even the screen, if it changes from tablet to mobile phone in responsive application, it will still have the same dynamic condition. Okay, so now we can play with the screen to be moving as much as we can. We can try something else. If we need this X to be at the beginning of the screen from the left, so I can change the X to be any number like 20. My margin is 20, so I will start after 20. Now it's starting from 20, let's say 50 to be more clear. It's starting from 50. I need the width of this label, the total width, to take the total screen width minus this margin. Okay, so I will start playing with X and Y. Now I'm putting fixed number in X. I want to play with the width. I want to make the width the maximum width minus the same margin which from start. So I will say parent dot width. Now it is the whole space minus self dot X, the number in the self. Now it's not cutting the extra, times 2. So now you can see the label width is dynamic. If we change the width of the screen, the label will be changed. Let's play this into container. Let's put container. Here's our container. Make it bigger. Okay. And we'll give it color. Let's centralize this container. Parent dot width divided by 2 minus self dot width divided by 2. So now it's in the center exactly. I will start putting items inside it. So I will take this label, I will take it cut, and I will put it here. Now this label, if you can see, it comes with the same dimensions, the same starting point, which is 50 from the container, and ending point also the total container space minus 100, which 50, another 50 here. So the width coming here dynamic. If I build another container, let's move this container here. and let's put in the screen another container with totally different dimensions. I'll put it here. Let's give it a little bit shaded color. Okay, this one will be this color. Now I will take this label from this container, which is centralized exactly in the container. I will put it here. I'll take it, copy, and go here and put paste. You will see the label will come with the same dimension. It's exactly in the middle. If you go to the X, X is dynamically, we put it figure, not dynamic. It's a fixed number, but the width still dynamic and the height still dynamic. Okay, so we can see how we can put a dynamic figures which can help us to sort our data. Type, let's make this label more colorful. Let's make it like this. Okay, and start putting another label next to it. We are putting another label here, and I want this label 2 to be in the same place. Yani I will put it just next to label 1. So I will go for label 2, label 1. I'll go for height and tell him you are label 1. Let's take a copy. Dot height. You take the same height of label 1. Okay, so it fixes the height right now. And I go for the Y. I'll give it label 1 dot Y. Now it is in the same position. And I'll go for X. I will say I need it to be just next to label 1. So I will go for X. I would say label 1 dot X, which is the starting point of label 1, plus label 1 dot width. As you can see, it's now the exact space after label 1. I can put the same gap in the starting point, the padding here, by times 2. So it is now exactly after label 1 times 2. But I want to change in label 1 width to be able to see this label. So here we was putting, it is the full size. Let's put it static. Let's put this one like 100. So you can see label 1 right now is 100. Label 2, let's give it color, is just next to it. Whatever label 1 width change, if we put in label 1 width 300 or 330, it will move label 2 with it. So now I have a dynamic design which I can move it easily. If I want to make all of these labels go down, I will just move label 1 and all the remaining will be moving with it. Okay, let's give another example. More challenging function. Right now I'm in label 2, and let's add one more label to make it more complicated. Copy and paste very quick. Okay, so we have another label on top of this label because it's taking the same name. We'll take the label name here and put the dimension, the X is label 2 dot X plus label 2 dot width. Okay, and we will put label 2 dot X times 2. Sorry. Okay. We cannot put label label 1 dot label 2 dot X times 2 because the space is from this yellow label to the start of the screen. So at that time I can add label 1 here plus label 1 dot X. It's the same standard margin which is starting from here. Okay. So now I have 3 labels. They are fixed X let's say y. Now it's all in the middle of the screen. We will start playing with the y, but I will show you how we can fix it to the exact screen size. I will put this label 2, okay, the size of this till end of the screen minus the margin. Okay, so I will go for width. I will say parent it's not writing. Just a second. We will say parent it's hanging. Okay, parent dot width. Okay, so this is the parent width minus self dot x, so it is till end of the screen minus label 1 dot x. Now I'm sorting them very flexible. If I go to label 2 and increase the size, make it 300, I will see label 3. Yeah, let's call them this label 1, label 2, and this one we will call it label 3. You can see how they are, 3 of them are very dynamically and moving. What if we take these 3 labels and put it in different container? We are changing the design and we are taking the components to put in different new design. We will put here, we will see the static numbers make the design screwed, but the dynamic number is working. And if you go to label 3, you will see it 0. The width is 0 because there is no space remaining. If we reduce this label width, we will make it 150. You will see now label 3. Okay. Okay, it's this 50 parent width minus self x. X here is not dynamic. X here had been changed. That's why we can go and take the x from here. Some copy and paste miss some functions. So if you feel the function had been missed, you can put it again manually. So, but still working. 2, 1, because this labels is talking to the old labels. We will put the new labels. It's 2, 1, no, it's 2, 2, label 2, 2, and 2, 2. Okay, so now you can see it fits the screen based on our dynamic function. So that's how we can make it more dynamic and easy to change, and we can still keep this width, we can keep it dynamic. If we have this screen, we have how many spaces? 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, and I want to make these labels 3 exact spaces. So I will say here in the width, I will say parent dot width minus the 3 spaces, which is label 1 dot x times 4. We have 4 different spaces, so now we divided this 4, and then all of this I will divide by 3, divided by 3. Okay, so now it is the quarter of the screen. If we take this function and put it in label 1 width to make it dynamic, same one, now we have 3 labels, exact spacing between them, and the exact size for them. If we take these labels, 3 of them, and take it copy and go to something new container, or as I mentioned, it's new design you are doing, and I'll go here and make best. The 3 labels came based on the container width. If I change the width here to make it 300, you will see the labels are dynamically changing. Whatever you can do, it can help you to change very quick. I'll put 500. So this one way of playing with X and Y to be the most dynamic way. The same concept you can do for height. Now 3 of them are connected to the height of label 1. Here the Y is function, which is label 1.y, and here the Y is label 1.y also. So if we go for this and put the Y instant of in the middle of the screen, I will put it like 100 on the top. You will see all of them will be moving with them. Now I want to create new 3 labels. I will come, copy, and I will put paste. Now I have 3 labels have been created. It's all connected with the Y of the first one. So I will put this Y dynamically. I will put label 1.y, okay, dot y, the Y of label 1 plus label 1 dot height. So it will be just following the label 1, and then I will make the upper space times 2. So it will be the same space from up. Or maybe I don't want the same space, I want just dynamic number to be 30 space between them. So it's fixed here, okay? If we go to the X value, it changed. X value here is 50, that's why the width is good. But here X value, when I copy and move, it changed. So I'll put 50 again. You will see all labels being fixed automatic. Now I can create multi-layers of labels with dynamic X and Y, and the same concept of what I do in widths can be done in heights. So you can control the heights and widths very dynamically. If you can see this function, you will see the Y is dynamic, the X is dynamic, the width is dynamic, the heights is dynamic because it's the same heights of label 1. But label 1 have some static figures like the X, like the Y, the heights. We can make it dynamic also, and all of other labels will follow him. Okay, so what if we try to take these 6 labels and put it in different container? What will be the result? Okay, let's remove first. Remove this, and we will take these 6 containers labels, and we put here. See the 6 labels coming in fixed width spacing, width size, and the space between them are fixed, the heights are fixed. So that's how you can play with your design. Tomorrow you decide that you want to remove some labels, you want to change the design, I want to make this more up, to put more labels, so it's all dynamically, you will not change one by one. So make sure that in your Power Apps designing to make X and Y, widths and heights as much as you can dynamic. It's all logic functions, and you can ask ChatGPT or any AI service what is the best way to sort this kind of labels, and this apply for image, for label, for bottom, for everything in your design. So try as much as you can making every item is dynamically. This for the one screen application. If you are going for a responsive application, these functions will help you to the max. Plus you can change by the font size, you can change depend on the screen size, you can change the font size, you can make the width dynamic based on the screen size, these are the capabilities which you can play around in the design, which can make it more dynamic for your development. So I hope it was a good piece of information in quick. And if there is any comments, I see a lot of greetings. Thank you everyone for your greetings. And I hope if anyone have a question, please ask. Please free to ask. We can take like 2 minutes for questions if anyone want to ask. Thank you, Abdullah. Okay, thank you, LinkedIn user. Hi. Hi, FJ. Thank you very much for joining. Sujish. Okay, I know video quality in live is different from the Teams meeting. We have tonight Teams meeting, so if you have any question, please feel free to prepare it for the hackathon. Okay, Abdullah, thank you very much for joining. Fatima, thank you for joining. So I think we got to the end right now. I hope this quick tip help you to make more dynamic applications, easy to use and effective more for your development. Enjoy your journey and thank you very much for joining.